Hello everyone, JWR here, and this is going to be a League of Legends lesson over objectives. Now, for those of you who don't know, I've done a match I've done quite a few matches, but I am not that strong with Shaco, nor am I a strong jungler, so putting someone I'm weak with in a location I'm weak at only ends in me getting whooped. A lot. Look at the score. I'm not proud of that score. However, you're probably wondering why I'm saying I'm not proud of that score. I was a 38. I was on the team with 38. And we won. Why, do you ask? With a snowballing Darius taking on a Trendemir. Again, my fault for not stopping Darius from snowballing. A LeBlanc and Echo pretty evenly matched in mid. Jinx and Misfortune taking on Sona and Callista. At bottom. Again, don't ask. I was just like, yeah, whatever. Well, here's the thing. I took Dragon twice. By myself. So, there was no interruption of lane movement. Apparently, Shaco can solo Dragon. Who the fuck knew? I didn't. No one tells me this shit. Anyway. As you saw from the ending score, should not have won that game. But, let me tell you something. Objectives are very important. They really are. Because, you see, when Amumu finally managed to catch me with a couple people in his jungle, Shaco, counter jungle, tends to happen. When he finally did catch me, the first thing he said, the first thing he said was said. All I did was give a happy face when I took the dragon the first time, and they blitzed the dragon to see if they can catch it. Apparently, reading the enemy has slain the dragon means that the enemy has engaged the dragon, so they have a chance to get it. And no, the enemy has slain the dragon, which means the dragon is dead. I've already taken it, and I was out. I was back in my red, killing that, while they were going to the dragon. I know, because I left the word there to watch it, all of them scatter in and look around. Like the dragon just shrunk and they just couldn't see it. But the first thing Amumu said, like I said, all I did was give a happy face that I took the dragon. I didn't go, haha, you're too late, suckers. No, I just gave a happy face, like, I got it. But the first thing Amumu said when they finally caught me in his jungle was, you. With a hard F. And I'm just like, wow. Really? We're already having this issue, are we? Okay. It's gonna be one of them type of days. And I thought maybe it was just him. Whole team was that way. Whole team was salty. Whole team. Well, I take that back. All but LeBlanc was salty. Now keep in mind, my personal score was like 3-18. It's like, suck with Shaco. I'll get better, but suck with Shaco. But again, LeBlanc was like the only one that didn't seem to be salty. Everyone else was. And I found this out later. Amumu apparently was pissed that I was counter juggling him. Shaco, kind of what he does. Be happy I wasn't just killing you in your jungle. Just saying. Just putting it out there. Although, that's a tactic I can add later. I will consider this. No, I literally don't see people when I counter jungle. When I counter jungle quick. The only time I saw Amumu when I was counter jungling, besides the group of people in the jungle to get me, was up in his golems, where I finished killing the big golem and then left him the little golem, because he was going to try to hold me there until Darius got there, and nah, I don't need them collapsing on me. And the time they did catch me in their jungle, I already killed and smited, well, I already smited their wolves, so people, the rest of my team, could see where they're at in the jungle. Foresight. Now, the reason I bring all this up, as you saw the score, they were doing well. There was a battle at the mid inhib tower. Their mid inhib tower. Go ahead and process that for a minute. Their mid inhib tower, not ours. And we scored an ace. This means all players were there. This means everyone was there. All their team was there. We scored an ace. Callista wound up DCing. Just after the ace, after the fighting, after people got speared a few times, after all that, a DC out of nowhere, just DC. So it was 4v5. They have a level advantage, an item advantage, gold advantage. And the only thing keeping us in the fight was the fact I grabbed Dragon twice already. So we had some gold to buffer the deficit. That was it. Because sure as hell wasn't my ganks. I suck at ganking with Shaco. But again, I'll get better. I'm already getting placements. And I can place myself really well. I'm just lacking the oomph to do anything with it. Yet. But I will fix that. I will find a way to fix that. Don't worry. Nevertheless, as things progressed, they were doing better without Callista for some reason. But they never pushed. Now, I tried to figure this out. And I even looked at the replay to figure out how the hell they lost. While my team pushed objectives, because we were obviously outpowered, we were farming when we could, but again, outpowered, you gotta kind of stick and move. But because they couldn't focus on their objectives, like I said, they're all salty, so they're building up kills as opposed to objectives, which leads to something else I'll get to in a minute. We were able to push lanes. They would win team fights, but we would have lanes pushed. You see how backwards that sounds? We would push the lane, then there would be team fight, they would kill us, but they would not push the lane back down. They would go do something else. I think they had 1 or 2 Barons, which would tell you, okay, go get Baron, base, streamline, y'all have enough muscle, if a team fight happens you can assassinate, keep going. I think that was the first time they did a major push on mid, and I assassinated Darius. He was running. The guy was running. What was I supposed to do? I threw a dagger. Down he went. But, on point. They wouldn't push the objectives. There was a time where it was 4 of them. They were coming down mid. Jinx Misfortune were pushing bottom. Tremor and Echo were pushing top. So LeBlanc went back, while I went to assist bottom. But LeBlanc went back to defend. They waited on the mid lane with Darius and Amumu and Sona. They waited on the minions to come down, even though we had the stronger minions go up, and they were supposed to kill them, and they were killing quite a few of them, but they were waiting for their minions to show up before they attacked the tower. Let's do this one more time. Let's do some math. They had sight on 3 of us. Easy. There was 3 of them mid lane. None of them would go tank the tower so it could be taken down because they were worried that 2 people could take them out. That's because they didn't see the other 2. You heard me right. Amumu, who was actually tanking, who had tanks set up, items for tanking, he refused to tank the tower even for a few seconds for Darius to destroy it. He refused. It doesn't take a Darius more than 10 seconds to break a tower. Period. It doesn't. And you have a Sona there as well? You're going to last at least 7 seconds under a tower fire. At least. Especially if you're a Mumu. Hell, Darius would last 7 seconds under turret fire with a Sona. Just saying. Just putting it out there. But they refused to do it. Because heaven forbid any of them take damage from a tower. While they were deciding on this, they lost their bot lane inhibitor tower. Oh, they already lost mid tower. They lost that after we got the ace. We took the mid tower, we took the inhibitor. Oh yeah, by the way, we had the mid inhibitor down, and they still refused to take damage from a tower. Just saying. They had a Baron buff. But they refused to tank a tower until minions got there. Problems. Now, the reason why I knew the rest of the team was salty was because Darius was getting pissed off. And he started talking trash. All I said was... Or he said something that was asinine. Because he was pretty much manhandling Tryndamere. And I pretty much told Tryndamere, I was like, sorry dude, I tried. And I was like, that's right, you tried, you failed, you suck, and yada yada, blah 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 blah. And I was like, oh, salty much. So then I went ahead and assassinated him later on. And he was really pissed at that point. At that point, he lost his shit, and he got mad. So he started talking more trash. And a lot of trash. And I don't just mean like getting your head trash. I mean he was salty. Trash talking. Salty. I mean I had to go get my pepper shaker because I had to bounce out the salt. I was like, ah. The dude. Pepper. but he was out of his damn mind. He's like, yeah, I got 18 and 3, and you're at 3 and 10. I was like, meanwhile, your inhibitors are being destroyed. An ally has taken an inhibitor. I'm like, yeah, I don't care what the score is. I've noticed y'all aren't paying attention to something vital. Yeah, what's that? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You'll notice it enough. And sure enough, 2 inhibs down, and LeBlanc was the only one defending for a while. And I think she was getting mad at them for not defending or pushing the objectives. They're not pushing objectives, but they're not defending either. They're kind of just sitting there trying to get kills. So I know LeBlanc was probably having one of those days of, guys, can you just push the tower? Can you please just push the tower? You're right there. You're right there. Right there. Just go. I'm not taking the Funka Tower. Okay, I'll defend the best I can, but... And I felt bad for LeBlanc because we started pushing, and then the top tower fell. And then the top inhibitor went poof. Yes, I ran in to get the distraction for Echo. I ran in, started working on the tower. Darius and LeBlanc showed up. I was like, yeah, that's not a shock. Kept attacking the tower and got killed. LeBlanc got the kill, so I said, good job, LeBlanc. She's been defending the whole time. I'm giving her the credit. Not just because she got last hit, but she's been defending the base the entire time. She realized the problem, and she's trying to deal with it. While the other people are like, we're gonna go push. Oh, wait, there's no minions here. So I gave LeBlanc credit. And of course, Darius was like, fuck you! Dude, you're not the defender. LeBlanc was defending. She caught me. And where did LeBlanc go? Went back to deal with the super minions coming into the base. Where did Darius go? Right back to mid lane. And Echo watched him. He's like, up to the top tower. I mean, the top inhib. Broke. Walk out. Why? Because Darius decided, I'm going back mid lane. Ah! But at least Darius was one that got the light bulb to pop in his head because he saw the bottom lane was starting to push pretty well for his side. So he went down there and he pushed it. And then he noticed that his minions were taking the tower, so he went in there and did damage. They couldn't have done this at the mid lane when there was 3 of them, and they actually had a tank. Well, he pushed down to... He got always... This is why I'm saying Darius can push pretty fast, too. Darius pushed the second tower. The inhib tower. And the inhib. Before anyone was able to get to him. Because he had minions there that could take the shots. So think about that for a minute. The time they spent just standing there, waiting for the minions at mid lane, they could have already had that down. They could have had that down like that. Like that, like that. They could have had it down. But they didn't, because fuck tanking towers. That's not my job. I'm a Mumu. I'm not a tank. Even though I'm building tank items. Someone should have told him that. Nevertheless, while this was going on, things were happening. Score for them was building up pretty quick. And yet, magically, at one point, one of their inhibitors came up in mid lane. Boop. And then the inhibitor at bottom lane came up. Boop. And then we immediately broke those. And LeBlanc was probably sitting there tearing their hair out. Why isn't anyone here defending with me? So they all showed up to start fighting the minions. Oh, God, minions everywhere. Oh my God, minions. They're everywhere. And then one of their Nexus towers went. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Boy. Now, if anyone was supposed to be salty on their team, I would see it as LeBlanc. LeBlanc, I don't know if it was a guy or girl playing it, but LeBlanc had every reason to actually be salty. Because here she is, an assassin, being stuck at base, defending this base from super minions, where Darius, who is a lot stronger, who has a lot more AD, who can attack more constantly, could have just taken them out himself. He should have been the one defending, while LeBlanc went out there to help push. Because they're not tanking towers anyway, so why the hell shouldn't she just go? I mean, seriously. It would have made more sense. Because Darius would take care of the super minions a lot faster. It wouldn't be a tax on LeBlanc's mana supply. For Darius, it would just be swing the axe. You can Q whenever you want, sure, but swing the axe. You're fine. If you need to go get mana, it's literally 5 steps for you. Get mana, come back, and resume swinging your axe. Not a problem. Not a problem. But that's a tactical issue. Now, this being said, while they were stuck fighting all the minions, top inhibitor came out. So, me and Trinamir kind of looked at each other. I looked at the inhibitor and went, broke. Nothing against you, LeBlanc, but your team's a dick. Now, while all this is going on, Darius is still talking his trash. I'm still like 25-0. Oh, sorry, 25-5 or 25-7 or some crap. And you're 3-8 or 3-18. I was like, meanwhile, at the Purple Nexus, and more super minions showed up. And of course, Misfortune was rolling. She found that funny as hell. It's like, it doesn't matter how good you're doing. Shaco's got a point. Your Nexus is screwed, dude. But they finally do clear out all the minions after they lost the other Nexus turn. So, what do I do? What do I do as Shaco? I could just run around and pot shot people and try to go back to stealth and try to farm up. Or, staring at this open Nexus, I decided to do the one thing since everyone in their chat seems to be pissed, except for LeBlanc, who's probably salty that they took forever to get there and now they have no towers. So, she's probably pissed at them for not defending when it would have made more sense for Darius to be defending because he does a lot more damage really freaking quick. And all he did was take 2 towers at the bottom lane, and that was it. I don't get that at all. As a Darius player, I don't get that. Oh, 9 out of 10 times when I was playing Darius, I was literally doing straight lines taking freaking turrets because who needs a drinks? You got Darius. What's that? It has 500 hit points left? Yeah, I could tank the tower for 500 hit points because it'll be down within the 5 seconds. Yes, that's my logic with Darius. I can take towers pretty quick. I have no problem with that. And if I gotta take a tower shot or 5 to do it, I will. Because I will take the tower before I die with Darius. And I do take towers pretty damn quick with Darius. I actually like that. Nevertheless, this Darius was not that confident in his tower taking ability. But while they kept talking trash, I just kind of egged them on. I was like, yeah, you're doing great. You're doing wonderful. You're doing out frickin' standing. By the way, how's your Nexus doing? Then he got really pissed off, came after me directly, and he guillotined my clone. So I killed him. He killed Misfortune, he killed Jinx, he guillotined my clone! I was like, you're dead. And I even told him in chat, because I knew he was already pissed off, so I just kind of helped him. All I said in chat was, wrong one! He's like, yeah, you're now 3-10 or whatever, and I'm 21-12. I was like, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Just wait. I even told him too. There was one time that he caught me and he was like, fuck you, and I was like, wait for it. An ally has destroyed an inhibitor. Oops. And Misfortune was rolling because she saw I was just poking at him, just having a fun time. I even told LeBlanc when Darius was actually defending the second tower on top, I decided to play around with him. I decided to be a total ass because Shaco. So I pot shot him, got the clone out. He grabbed us, and I vanished. Ran around. He chased after me. I went to one bush. He ran to that bush, so I ran to the other bush. And he came over to that bush, and I disappeared just as he appeared. I went back to the first bush. So then he ran up after that bush, and I just ran off. And I was just having a fun time just messing with him. Just to prove a point that I can, if I truly wanted to, mess with him. And then LeBlanc showed up to stop that. LeBlanc's like, no. He's already looking like an idiot. You're making it worse. No. So she comes up, assassinates me just as Darius finds me again. And there's like, well, how was it worded? I was like, oh, LeBlanc, you ended the game. I was having fun, just messing with him. And of course, Darius like, fuck you. Now, he didn't process what I said. I was just messing with him. I was just having a fun time. I wasn't trying to push the tower. I was just messing with him. That could have been the hint to him. Why am I chasing Shaco? I could push the offense right now and get their tower, or get some distance, because he's not doing the damage to me to actually make me worry. But he didn't think like that. He was so focused on kills that he lost sight of his objectives, which failed in getting anything pushed up there. Good times, good times. So, I rambled on a lot about this match, but it was amusing. It was an amusing little match. Because the enemy team, short of LeBlanc, forgot objectives. This is why I like taunting every so often. If I have a genuine question, I'll ask. But he was playing Darius far worse than I played Darius, so I wasn't even worried about it. I actually play against people with skill when I was playing with Darius. People who knew how to team up and jump somebody quickly. People who had organized junglers who tried to gank. Didn't always work, but they tried. He snowballed and didn't use his power to his advantage. Amumu, he didn't exactly snowball, but he had a lot of defense. He didn't use that to his advantage. And I'm going to end this on one small note. As the match was wrapping up, I even asked, so how's everyone's day? Are y'all just having that bad of a day in general, or is this a big thing? Amumu wasn't talking because he was pissed beyond belief. Darius was like, phew! Well, surprise. And someone's like, yeah, we were having a good time until you started talking. I was like, there's the problem. You do realize that Amumu started this, right? All I did was give a happy face when I took a dragon. I didn't say anything. I didn't even say I took the dragon. I just gave a happy face. That's it. Amumu started the chat with fuck you. And it snowballed. Like I said, I'm not the greatest with mind games, but if I actually hit a chord and I notice I hit a chord, pray I don't notice I hit a chord, because if I do hit a chord, I will take full advantage. Like making Darius use all his power to just kill instead of pushing objectives, because it wouldn't make his point. And then you have stuff like that score right there, where the 60 loses. 22 points higher. All that gold advantage. And they lost because they wouldn't let themselves get hit by a tower at all. Oops. Not my fault I pissed you off so much that you wanted to focus on kills. And you forgot about the actual objective of the game. It's like playing capture the flag and never capturing the flag. There's a problem here. But if you're not sure, if you really want to see my bad luck with Shaco, go ahead, look it up. Summoner ID. Same as the name here. Kagayu. Kagagirou. Look up the Shaco match where he only had 3 kills. I only had 3 kills. 3 kills. I died a lot. Only had 3 kills. And 2 of those kills were Darius. Let's just process that one. I'll let y'all do that on your own time. Out of my 3 kills, 2 of those were the person that was pissed off at me. What? This is JRR. I'm out. I'm 21-5. Make that 21-6.